What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Thursday. It is July 20th, and we have a 10-game total slate for the day. It is broken up. 7 games are early, and 3 are late. So it's going to be a weird one, but we're going to persevere. We're going to go through, and we're going to hopefully break it down. And you guys have been loving the new format of this, so hopefully it's helped you out. If it has, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let people know who are new here that we've helped you. If we've helped you. If you need a little bit more help, we always have FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We have FTA Plus. Click on FTA Plus right here. $24.99 for a month. Includes DFS and sports betting odds and everything in between. And then our yearly pass, if you use the promo code NFLVIP, you get $100 off. Get a full year for $99. Go check that out. If you know what we do, if you don't know what we do, you're in the right place. Anytime a video gets at least 50 likes, we throw and you leave a positive comment and you're a subscriber to the YouTube page, we throw your name into random.org to win a free week of MLB DFS content. Anytime the video gets 100 likes, we do the same thing. You win a free month. And anytime a video gets 125 likes, we do the exact same thing, and you win a free season pass to MLB. So we're going to randomize this 3 times, and on the 3rd time, this is the winner, and we'll have you contact us. We're going to do that every day. So there's 1, there's 2, and the winner of the free week is Knight-UQ6GK. So recently, YouTube, for whatever reason, randomly changed people's usernames. So make sure that's you, and then get in a hold of us. Comment on this video with that username, and then get a hold of us either on Twitter at advisors_team, or hit us up on our email, dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we will get you signed up there. So congratulations again, Knight-Random Letters. So, like I said, we've got early game, and it's really weird. The slate is an early slate. It is a 11:20 a.m. Central Time, and it's about an hour early. And we're going to go through it. So what we're going to do is we go through these pitchers, and then we look at their splits. We look at if they've faced them before, and we go off of there. So it is a Thursday. I'm not in love with the slate. I will put it that way. There are some pitchers here where I would love Spencer Strider, but Arizona's been putting up runs against Atlanta. So we'll kind of go through that. And this is a new thing. So obviously we're going off of DraftKings, because I like how when you click on a pitcher, you can see the splits, you can see the game logs all in one. It's just a little smoother. We do Fanduel and DraftKings both on the website, but I just like their interface, the way they look at it. So we'll kind of look at that. I'm trying a new, every so often I like to do new challenges, and this was up on Twitter. Someone said do a $10 to $1,000 challenge. So I took the rest of our balance that we had in yesterday. I withdrew all but $10, and this is for sports betting and for a DFS. So I took everything but $10, and then I put that, and I started it off with $10 on Franchy Cordero to hit a home run for the struggling Yankees on Wednesday night at plus 55 or something like that. I can't remember the odds exactly, and he won. Or he didn't win. I won. I'm the greatest gambler alive. He hit a home run. So we'll build this up from $10 to $1,000. That is the goal here. But yeah, so we're looking at the games. These are not in. We're just going to go through them. It's really early. So again, depending on when you watch this video, if you guys like the video, the likes have to come in before the main slate locks, which this in turn is 11:20. So we got to get to 50 likes before 11:20 a.m. I know we can do it. I want to get 150 likes on this video if we can. If we can, you know what? If we can get 150 likes on this video, one person is going to win a free year of every sport. One free year for 150 likes. I know we can do it. Let's do it. So, first game on the slate, Arizona at the Atlanta Braves. Zach Gallen versus Spencer Strider. Gallen, 75 plate appearances total against the Braves, 232 batting average, 24K percentage. Spencer Strider, 28 plate appearances, 28.6 K percentage, and a 174 batting average against him. So, looking at Zach Gallen here, we can see he comes in with 11-4 record. He started the All-Star game for the NL. 3.14 ERA, 130 strikeouts, 1.08 whip, and he's averaging 20.8 fantasy points per game on DraftKings there. So just kind of looking, seeing if he's faced Atlanta this year. So he faced him back on June 4th. I wish when you scrolled down it kept the header. In that game, 6 innings pitched. Where's the strikeouts? He has 6 strikeouts, had 15.5 fantasy points, and he was 10,000 on there. So his price has come down a little bit. He ended up giving up, 3 earned runs? 2 earned runs, 3 runs total there. Seeing if he's faced them before that too. No, he has not. So that game right there was at home. Now this one's on the road, so then we can dig in a little bit. How is he on the road? How is he at home? So 10-10, 10 games on home, 10 games away, 9-0 at home, 2-4 on the road. Big, huge difference here. At home, he's got a 1.48 ERA, and he's averaging 28.3 fantasy points per game. Away on the road, 5.11, and he's averaging 13.3. And I do like this. You can even see their past game log or past game. It's easy to see here. I do like that. So this is very nice to see game logs. 1 home run, 6 Ks, had a 3 ERA, 15.5 against them, and a 167 whip there because he did have a walk to go along. So I think a lot of people are going to see it's Zach Gallen. He's really good. He was the starter. Everything I just said, not very good on the road. Actually, pretty bad on the road. And Atlanta's at home. They're trying to stay. They lost 16-13 on was it Monday, and then let's see where they're at. Then they ended up losing 5-3. They're trying not to get swept here, which is kind of crazy. Atlanta's a good team. We know that. I think they have a bounce-back game here. Then we look at Spencer Strider. He's the most expensive, obviously. I mean, he is very expensive. So going here, looking at this, his numbers, his last game, not so good. 7.50 ERA. That was against the White Sox, where we were all over Spencer Strider. Gave up 5 earned runs, but he had 10 Ks, so he did have 18.7. But yeah, I mean, those 5 earned runs sucked. Then we look at splits here. His home games, 4-2 record. He's actually worse at home. 4.30 ERA, 25.2 fantasy points per game there. Away games, a 2.94 ERA, but also 25.2 fantasy points there. He's got a ton of strikeouts already. His last game against Arizona got the W, went 6 innings, 3 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, but 7 strikeouts, and 23.3 fantasy points there. So for whatever reason, he is bad at home. He's coming off a bad game against the White Sox, but I kind of like him here. He is very expensive. He's going to be very high owned. You're going to have to get a little bit creative with your lineups if you're putting Spencer Strider in there. But I kind of like Spencer Strider more than I like Zach Gallen, though. I'll tell you that. Next game, Giants at the Reds. Alex Cobb versus Andrew Abbott. Cobb, 31 plate appearances, 286 batting average. Andrew Abbott's never faced them before. So looking at this, Alex Cobb is down here. Andrew Abbott is 8,800. Alex Cobb is 7,400. So looking at this, we do have some weather concern in this one. As you can see, there is rain in the forecast, and this is Great American Small Park, so very iffy if I want to use pitchers here. But we'll look at this. His last game against Pittsburgh, it's the Pirates, 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, 17.9 fantasy points at 8,000. So they've dropped him down 600 here. We look at his splits. Hasn't faced Cincinnati this year so far. Home games, he's got a 1.24 ERA. Away, 4.15. I'm probably stacking the Reds in this one. I don't trust him at all. He's got a good ERA here, but his ERA on the road is not good. He's considerably, almost 4 times worse on the road in 10 starts. So he started more on the road than at home, and he's not fared well. The weather is a little bit of concern here, and Cincinnati's one of the best teams right now, and it's at home in Cincinnati, probably avoiding him. Then we look at Andrew Abbott, 8,800, coming off a game against Milwaukee, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. So not a ton of strikeouts there. Against Milwaukee, the start before that, 9 hits allowed, 6 earned runs. But he had 6 Ks, but 3.8. So it's very, up and down. Looking at this, he's got 4 home game starts and 4 away. At home, 2.10 ERA. On the road, 2.86. He hasn't, obviously, like I said, never faced San Francisco. I might take a little bit of flyer on him because, again, he's never faced them before. And he comes in with a lower ERA. He pitches well at home, even in this ballpark. I don't think I mind an Andrew Abbott. I think today, overall, though, it's probably a tournament day completely. I don't know if I trust anyone enough for cash in this one. So looking at this, Andrew Abbott for tournaments, I don't mind him. A little bit cheaper option if you want to pair him with maybe Strider. A little bit better at home. But again, this ballpark scares me a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if balls fly out of here on both sides of the offenses here. But I will have exposure to Andrew Abbott. I don't think I'll have any exposure at all to Alex Cobb. Next game, Brewers at the Phillies. You got Corbin Burnes versus Taijuan Walker. Burnes, 46 plate appearances, not much against them. 205 batting average, 32.6 K percentage. And then Taijuan Walker, 27 plate appearances, 208 with a 26 K percentage there. We look at Corbin Burnes here. He's on the road in Philly. We know that Philly's really good. His last game played in Cincinnati, went 6 innings, 13 strikeouts. His best start might be his most amount of strikeouts in a game in his career. Yeah, so I do remember this. Corbin Burnes stepped off the plate and then keeled over, and I thought he was going to throw up. I think he was either having cramps or dehydration. Came back in, then had double digits. So had a good game, obviously a really good game. 40.5 fantasy points, and that's pretty impressive. 102 pitches with 13 strikeouts. But he's going, you're getting longevity out of him. But he's at the road facing Philly. Hasn't faced them this year. Mild success against them in 46 plate appearances, but not much. At home, he's got a 4.13 ERA. On the road, he's got a better ERA at 3.39. We do know that some pitchers have had success against this Phillies team in Philly. I will probably have exposure to Burnes. Again, I think today is like 99% GPP lineups for me. I think that's the kind of the route that I'll go in this one. Then on the flip side of that, if you want to go Taijuan Walker for whatever reason, 11-3 record, 4 ERA, 88 strikeouts, 125 WHIP. His last game was against San Diego, so it's San Diego. You don't know what you're going to get there. He only had 3 strikeouts in that game. Did get the W, went 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, only 13.1 fantasy points. But this is the one that's kind of crazy. He was 9,300 5 days ago. He's 7,300 right now. They dropped him $2,000. This should tell you something. This should tell you a little bit. We look at our splits here. At home, which he is facing at home, 2.30 ERA. Away games, 5.25. So he's been way better at home. Only giving up 4 home runs at home, 8 on the road, 11 earned runs at home, 34 on the road. So he does pitch better on the road. Milwaukee's very up and down. There's a few players in Milwaukee that could have good games, but let's say he gives up home runs, solo home runs to those guys. Could still have a really good game. The problem is the strikeouts, 3 here, not enough. We're going to need at least 5 strikeouts out of him. But again, it's a tournament kind of day. I don't mind Taijuan Walker. Probably use both of these guys, but I might be a little bit more heavy on Taijuan than I would be on Corbin Burnes. Next game, Padres at the Blue Jays. You got Snellzilla versus Chris Bassett. Blake Snell, 86 plate appearances, 300 batting average. Chris Bassett, 51 plate appearances, 261, striking out 28%, where he's striking out 26.5 there. So we look at Snell on the road. It is Toronto. They do have really good right-handed pitchers or right-handed batters. Looking at it against Philly, he went 5 innings there, had 7 strikeouts, 21.7. We've used him, I believe, in these last 5 starts. They've come through, really came through against the struggling Mets team. Came through against the Angels, Pittsburgh, San Francisco. Just kind of let us down here. 8,200 here. He hasn't been over 9,000, or at least 9,000 over almost a month. So that's just something to look at. And he's going into Toronto. So let's look at his splits. His away games, 10 on the road, 2.47 ERA, 19.3 fantasy points per game. Really good. 6 home runs. He has given up more home runs on the road, but less earned runs there. Hasn't faced Toronto this year at all. I still like Snellzilla here. I like him a lot, actually. I think he'll be lower owned because there's a Strider on there. There's a Zach Gallen, and he is going up against Toronto in Toronto. And then we look at Chris Bassett real quick. A cheaper option here. Last game against Arizona, 6 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 96 pitches, 19.3 fantasy points. And he's 7,500, so he's gone down 900 as well. Looking at this, splits, home games, 2.47 ERA, away games, 5.81. Obviously, way better at home. Look at the 10.1 fantasy points per game on the road, 23 fantasy points per game at home. We have enough data to tell you home and away splits this late into the season are good numbers to look at. So I'd definitely be looking at Chris Bassett here. I think I like Bassett a little bit more than Snell, but I think I'll have exposure to both of them. I think I've just made determination that Chris Bassett might be one of my top 3 pitchers on this slate. White Sox at the Mets, you got Michael Kopech versus Jose Quintana. Kopech, 4 plate appearances, so nothing there. Quintana, 43 plate appearances, 222, batting average 16.3. Coming off the IL, hasn't pitched all year. Quintana here, nothing. He's got nothing going on. I'm trying to see if there's any notes. Reinstated from the 60-day injured list past Friday. Been in line to start Tuesday opener with White Sox, but he'll instead make his Mets debut right here. So, yeah, he only went 4.1 innings in that. I think it says he's not going to make any, have any limitations here. I don't trust that. I don't think I'm going to use Quintana here at all, especially at 6,000 against White Sox, who have a bunch of righties that can hit. So probably all off of Quintana. And Kopech here, looking at Kopech, his game logs absolutely lit up by Atlanta. 0.2 innings, 4 earned runs, 1 home run. I believe he had 4 walks in that inning. I remember that. Minus 10.1. I mean, he's had really bad games in a row, lots of them. Looking at splits here, hasn't faced the Mets. Away games, 4.97 ERA, 4.07 here. Got a high ERA there. I'm definitely out on Kopech here as well. I don't trust the Mets bats, but I will have exposure to the Mets bats due to how bad Kopech has been this season. The Mets bats that I think I kind of like, Lindor, Alonso, McNeil, depending, is Marte in there? Or is he still technically hurt? Starling Marte's day-to-day. Okay, so he's probably out because he missed Wednesday. He's got migraines, which are terrible. So probably out on Starling Marte. It just depends on who might be there for the Mets. Let's see real quick. Hitters for the Mets that we could be looking at to target around there. Maybe Nimmo. Alvarez is a cheaper option there. Well, no, he's expensive now. McNeil. Maybe a little bit of Tommy Pham for the Mets there. So, next game, we've got the Tigers at the Royals. Currently, we don't know who's pitching for the Royals. Michael Lorenzen against the Royals. 44 plate appearances, 179 batting average. This is great. I mean, we've taken pitchers against, and if you've been around for a while, we love taking pitchers against the Royals, specifically in Kansas City. And we've dominated when we've done that. 9 times out of 10, we've had an amazing game when it's come down to taking a pitcher against this team. If you watch yesterday's video, we had Erod as the picture of the video and the article there. Went 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, gave up 2 earned runs. That was it. Had a fantastic game. Michael Lorenzen is I don't understand. He was a two-way player, or he was trying to be a two-way player. But looking at Lorenzen here, I mean, look, if you're just like looking here, I don't know why Strider shows up as a relief pitcher. Make it make sense. But you got to scroll down. He's the second. Well, I guess Greinke's coming off the IL. Is that true? So it's looking like it might be Greinke. Yeah, I mean, Greinke's numbers are terrible too. I would be stacking the Tigers against Greinke. So let's just look at Lorenzen here. His game logs against Seattle, 6.2 innings, 7 strikeouts, 28.8 fantasy points. Against Oakland, 5 innings. Didn't have a ton of strikeouts at 4, 21.5 fantasy points. Splits here. He's faced the Royals twice this year. 2 total times. 11.2 innings, give up 2 hits, 3 home runs, a 4.63 ERA. So a high ERA there. But let's see if they've come in as... Yeah, so he faced him on June 20th, went 6 innings, had 3 walks, had 7 strikeouts, and only 1 earned run. Had a really good game there at 7,500. Now he's 2,000 less than that. And then he had a game that probably wasn't... Did I miss it? Oh, there it is at Kansas City. Yeah, had a game that wasn't so good at 8.6, so that's why his price is down at 5,500. He's, getting at least 5 innings. I don't mind Michael Lorenzen here at home or on the road. And then I guess if we look at his splits here, on the road, 3.7 ERA, better ERA on the road than at home, and he's averaging more fantasy points per game on the road. His price, I mean, it allows you to pay up for Spencer Strider easily. So that's what I'd be looking at. So love me some Michael Lorenzen in this game. If supposedly this is going to be Greinke, I would stack Detroit, depending on who it is. Torkelson. Yeah, let's see real quick. Just any of the hitters, to be honest with you. Riley Green, I don't mind. Jake Rogers is he's there. Torkelson, McKinstry. He's kind of cooled off lately at 244, but yeah, I'd be looking at stacking some sort of Verling here. I don't mind. Forgot Austin Meadows even existed. He's on the injured list for anxiety. I also have anxiety. I didn't know I could be on the injured list. Yeah, I would definitely look at Lorenzen, and then I look at Tigers as bats. Twins at the Mariners is next. You got Pablo Lopez versus George Kirby. They really haven't seen each other much. We're looking at Pablo Lopez here. Second highest priced pitcher here at 10,200. Looking at this, his last game came against Oakland, 5.2 innings, lit up. We did use him as last start. Got lit up at Oakland. I mean, he had a fantastic matchup and just shit the bed there, 6.2. But then you see against Kansas City, complete game, 50.9. His splits here, hasn't faced Seattle this year, really hasn't faced them at all. Home games, he's 498. On the road, he's a better pitcher on the road at 356. Has given up 10 home runs, though, on the road, where he's only given up 4 at home. This one, I don't know. Again, it's tournament day, so I don't mind him. But then his opponent here, George Kirby, going against the Twins. His last start against Detroit didn't go so well, and that was a good matchup for him. 5 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1.9 fantasy points there. If we look at splits, hasn't faced Minnesota this year. At home, got a 3.81 ERA. On the road, 3.09. Giving up 5 home runs here and 20 earned runs at home. I probably, honestly, don't know if I'll use either of these pitchers. I don't feel confident enough against them, and probably will stick away from them, even on a tournament day where almost anyone's in play. I think I'll avoid these guys. And then we'll just wait for the Vegas numbers, all the odds, the BVP, all of those numbers to come out to decide who we like for the pitching, or for the bats. Then you got Baltimore, Tampa Bay. You got Kyle Gibson versus Tyler Glasnow. Gibson has faced them 62 times, 328 batting average. Again, like I said, battle of first place, which is nuts. These two guys, I believe right now, two teams are tied for first. Tampa Bay at home is a tough team to play. Glasnow, on the other hand, 52 plate appearances, 273. So we look at Kyle Gibson. Am I missing him? Oh, this is we can't look at that because that is the it's technically the night slate, and this is the main slate here. So if we look at this, let's check this real quick. So 3 games on the night slate. Where's it at? I miss it right here. 540, whatever it is. That's kind of why, yeah, I wish the DraftKings did have like an all-day slate just to look at it. So then we got Kyle Gibson on the road, 4.21 ERA, 5.55 at home. I mean, he's not good. He's faced Tampa Bay once this year so far, gave up only 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, had 12.7 fantasy points. I still would not use him on the road against Tampa Bay. And then Glasnow is the most expensive on this slate. Coming off against Kansas City, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 24.7. Apparently had 0 salary there. Looking at this, he has faced Baltimore this year. Only went 4.1 innings. Gave up 6 earned runs, 12.46 ERA here. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be playing this night slate anyway. But if I am, probably not using either of these guys. They just not coming off good games here. I'm kind of scared to look at this side. I'd look at the bats. So once you get the BVP numbers out there, we can kind of look at what bats we like just to see. But I think I'd rather have batters than pitchers in this game. Then you got the Cardinals at the Cubs. You got Steven Matz versus Marcus Stroman. Matz, 47 plate appearances, 214. Marcus Stroman, 146 plate appearances, 285. While Matz has struggled his entire existence here for the Cardinals, Stroman is showcasing his stuff because most likely he will get traded. We'll look at this, though. Steven Matz has been bad this year. 0-7 record, 4.86 ERA. Coming off against Washington, which is a good matchup for him. 4.1 innings, 4 earned runs, 5.6 fantasy points. And his price went up 1,000. We look at his splits. Has faced the Cubs 1 time this year, 3.1 innings. So he did go into the bullpen and came in. I believe the 3.1 probably the game that was in London, which I believe it is. Yeah, 3.1 innings was a bullpen game. He came out of there. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Not much at all. Didn't have an ERA, 9.7 fantasy points. But now he's getting the start. If you look at this, there's a reason he's 0-7. You can look just how he started the year. Against Atlanta, 4 earned runs. Against Colorado, 6 earned runs. Pittsburgh had a good game. Seattle, 4 runs. 2 runs, 4 runs. I would probably stick with stacking the Cubs against Steven Matz. I don't trust Steven Matz at all. Depending on what Cubs are out there, it really depends on the lineup that comes out. I would avoid Steven Matz altogether. I would use some Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman at home, 3.11 ERA, or 2.69 ERA. 19 earned runs on the road and at home. Only given up 4 home runs at home while 2 on the road. Has 1 complete game shutout at home as well. I would look at Marcus Stroman here. I think I like Marcus Stroman more than I like Tyler Glasnow on this slate. Then the final game, JP France versus the Oakland Athletics at home in Oakland against Hogan Harris. France has never faced them before. Coming into this, 3.31 ERA. Game logs here. Didn't have a good game against the Angels. Went 4.1, giving up 2 earned runs. At home versus Colorado, gave up 3 earned runs. Hasn't faced them before. On the road, he's got a 2.18 ERA. He's better on the road. We just got to get him deeper into games. 4.1 is not going to cut it. You need about 6 or 7, which he has been getting before, and he's getting those fantasy points. So I don't mind JP France against this Oakland team, which he hasn't faced ever, which they haven't seen before. So I don't mind JP France. And his price at $8,000, I don't mind that at all. And then Hogan Harris, I'm not taking him. 6.51 ERA coming into this. His game logs, he's going 4, maybe 5 tops. Not very much. He's faced Houston 1 time. Went 5 innings, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Actually had a really good game against them, but I don't trust that. At home, he's given up 5.86. Away, 7.45. I don't trust him. Whereas if you want to throw him in tournaments just in case, and I'm saying like you make multiple lineups and he's in one of them, I don't mind that. But I'd rather stack the Astros against Hogan Harris. I'd rather stack Bregman, McCormick, Corey Julks, Pena. There's Dubon. There's a lot of batters that I would stack against Hogan Harris before I used Hogan Harris in my lineups. And there you go. There you have it. There's a total breakdown of the 10-game total that are on this entire day. 7 games on the main slate, 3 games on the early slate or the late slate, whatever it's called on whatever website you are on. Again, if this video gets 150 likes, someone is going to win. You know what? I'm going to change it. If you're still listening, if this video gets 150 likes, someone is going to win a lifetime pass. Let's do that. 150 likes on this video and a lifetime pass. So good luck to everyone. Leave a comment, subscribe, check out all of the other videos. Check out the NFL video that I will tag at the end of this video. That is the start of the breakdown of the our matchup tool on the website. And I'm going to start a series. I'm going to start going through, make NFL videos, breaking down each division, all the teams in the division, where those players on offense rank on our current ADP rankings for our upcoming fantasy football drafts. And if you like that, let me know down below. So good luck to everyone on this slate. Not the best. We will be back tomorrow. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.